I call it the crypto Salem witch trials.
What is that?
Which, if XRP loses, I'm moving out of the country. We're going to have to do this from Dubai because if Coinbase, Ripple, if they start losing these cases, these things start getting called secure, they're coming after all of us in crypto. If you have a voice in crypto, they're going to come after you.
Welcome back to Forever Frenemies.
The Forever Frenemies show.
Yeah.
So on today's special episode, Wendy's going to be on her phone the entire time. And all I have to do is fill space. So guys, these are my Gucci slides. I wore these to my Donald Trump Jr. interview because I didn't have matching shoes. All I had were these Gucci slides. We're going to talk about style today. I like Gucci. I like Burberry. I like Alexander McQueen, but only shirts. The shoes are garbage. Versace's a little too extra for me.
I like Versace better because it's like
Figures.
downplayed.
Downplayed?
Like Versace is more like, it's like, yeah, it's better.
For women, I agree. I think Versace clothes for women are great. For men, Versace clothes are like another level of peacocking. That's not a level I'm willing to go.
You doing it right now, though.
What? If you think Gucci slides are peacocking, then I don't know what to tell you. Like a lot of people have fake Gucci slides too. I'm talking about like now look, I got a gold Gucci jacket and some gold glasses.
See, that's peacocking.
Aaron, can you go get can you send somebody to go get my glasses in a minute? So I put those on? No, my 24 karat gold ones. But the point here is that Versace's clothes are, I don't really know how to say it. They borderline on a homosexual style. I think, like I look at most of their clothes and say, I kind of expect a certain type of person to be wearing those clothes.
My homosexual friends are more masculine than my straight friends.
So, certainly there are those out there that exist, certainly. But I think, we're also losing masculine straight men anyways.
That's another
show.
That's why I only date men that are like 40 above.
Yeah.
Because it's just,
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty masculine myself.
Oh, for sure. You're basically a man.
I basically am.
Yeah. But, so anyway, the long and the short of it is that Versace's too extra for me. There's like one thing we've had a really hard time. I certainly have a few kind of outlandish clothing choices, but what I've discovered is it's hard to find Gucci clothes that are just like look at this Alexander McQueen shirt. It's just a shirt that just says Alexander McQueen. I don't want something that's got all kinds of flowers and designs and all these different colors and blah. I like things that are pretty simple, but yet also designer.
Do you remember what episode this is?
We were doing style because I decided it while you were.
Well, I was busy because I have to deal with. We'll deal with that later. But we're actually going to talk about. So this is actually an important topic.
Yeah.
I mean, this is not just crypto influencers. This is all influencers. But people always get mad. One of the biggest. I can't even talk because I'm so tired. My daughter threw up on the plane on the way here.
Sad.
Yeah, she's okay, but she started doing cartwheels right afterwards. But anyways, that's what kids do, man. They're resilient. They're awesome. But anyways, we were talking about how influencers and people with large followings are able to get out a lot of information to reach a large audience faster than mainstream media news. And many times it actually helps them. But I always get this. They're like, Wendy, you're not qualified to talk about politics. You don't know what you're talking about. You this, you that. You're just some stupid idiot.
Who is qualified? Who is qualified to talk about politics? Who is it? Where's the line?
That's the thing is I feel that for the most part, people like to focus on the bad things that are mistakes that we have made. Because I misspeak a lot sometimes. Not a lot, but I used to when I first started because I was very nervous about being on camera.
You barely talked back then.
Being on camera is complicated. It's hard.
You have transformed 180 degrees from when you started.
Thank you.
It was great. I was always pretty good on camera, I think, but I'm much better and polished now. But like, you didn't even really want to do, like, it was very awkward for you when you started. And I remember it's probably about 6 months to a year after I blew up. You started really getting a lot of followers too. And I remember clicking on your show and I said, oh, Wendy actually has now mastered this.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
These are 24 karat gold. These are $15,000 glasses. I didn't buy them. Somebody gave them to me as a gift. Yeah. They're one of one. There's not another pair like these in the world. So I'll wear these for the rest of the show.
Are they Gucci or what?
No, they're I can't remember that. No, they're not Versace. It says VF. They're just a guy that makes custom glasses for celebrities.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. How do I know they're real? Because of who gave them to me. Yeah. I can't say who gave it to me.
Anyways, but we actually get a lot of information out very, very fast.
Yeah.
We also are able to help spread the word, like, out of a very important causes. And I think that a lot of people, especially in crypto, they're just like, oh, it's like, well, then you go do it. I don't think they understand how hard it is to be on camera.
No clue.
And making TikToks is hard too. A lot of people.
Oh, so I'd rather make a video than a TikTok.
Well, a lot of people are like, oh, it's just a TikTok, blah, blah, blah. No, you have to be very concise. You have to be articulate, and you have to let it rip between 15 and 60 seconds and get it out.
Yeah.
And doing TikToks actually helped me become a better YouTuber, because I was able to get out complex ideas super, super fast.
Yeah.
And I've been able to onboard thousands of people, and some of those people women.
I've done more women than you, but that did not sound right.
Well, I mean, that's fine. I mean,
that did not sound
you
right.
You have a larger audience, so that's fine. I get it. But I don't think that people understand how hard it is being a content creator. Plus, we're able to get information out super fast.
Yeah.
Like when I see something on crypto Twitter, I'm able to, like, if I'm able to verify it very fast, like let's say there's an issue with an exchange or with a coin or whatever it is, I can get that information out so fast to 800,000, my audience of 800,000. And actually help people. Like, I've saved so many people from leaving their stuff on exchanges or getting rugged or doing whatever.
So many people left FTX and got Epsilon and FTT when I started making those videos about FTX 2 months before it collapsed.
Yeah. Like a lot of my audience too, when we had that crypto contagion right as Terra Luna was like going to zero, that weekend I made a video. I was like gone to get all your crypto off exchanges, and a lot of my audience emailed. They're like, "Thank you, I got my stuff off Celsius, I got it off Voyager, I got it off blah 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 blah," and it ended up working out. But and also too, with all this political stuff happening,
how can you not talk politics when you're talking crypto now?
You have to.
It's impossible.
You do have to,
unless you're just doing charts.
But even with charts, you still have to, because you do have to take into account political environment and fundamental analysis, because a good trader will look at all different factors. Yes, we can use TA. Yes, we can just look at naked charts and trade. But you should have an idea of what type of fundamental analysis.
Where are you getting your naked charts at?
Well, naked chart is basically
that's hot.
It is, because it's just very. Sometimes you get a little hot doing those, because you're not using indicators. You're just looking at pure price action. But by doing that and factoring in other factors, especially long-term plays, it's going to help you enter, exit. And that's why, like with Bitcoin, the 4-year cycle, I knew we were getting ready to peak.
Yeah.
And I think it was September of 2021 or what, it was like a month or so before we hit that $69,000 peak. I was like, you know what, guys, I'm going to start scaling out.
Yeah.
And I did. And the people that watched my video.
Smart. I didn't.
People that watched my video.
I thought 100K was inevitable.
I thought we were going to do, but then I was like, you know what, it was like 60,000, starting to be like 40,000.
You're more conservative than I am in general, though.
I am.
Yeah.
I am. But
I'm a degenerate gambler.
Yeah. I won a poker the other day.
Oh, I saw that. What was that? A little poker tournament?
Yeah, it was a little poker tournament at 3XP. I won't. I'm too nice sometimes. But anyways.
I can relate.
I was at.
Well, you're definitely not too nice to me, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but that's a given.
Yeah.
But I was at 3XP and I was emceeing the Decentralcon stage, and Michael was like, let's go play poker. I was like, I haven't played poker since I was a kid. I grew up playing poker, 7-card stud and poker and solitaire and all that type of stuff, because my grandpa was a pool shark after he got out of the military to feed his family. And then he played poker and stuff to pay the bills. So I grew up as a kid. We played poker. We played cards because we were poor. We didn't have enough money to, buy all the other stuff. And also too, it's like a big Italian thing. It's like everybody meets in Italian alley. You eat, you play cards, like you drink coffee. That's what you do. So I grew up playing cards, and my mom grew up playing cards too. So we were playing 7, or what is that? Texas Hold'em.
Texas Hold'em.
I never played that one before, but I won. I closed it down.
Well, I'm a great Texas Hold'em player.
Are you?
What? I mean, I got 135th in the main event of the World Series of Poker.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I was chip leader on day 5. And of course, if you saw the clip, I got busted. I had pocket aces. I lost a couple of hands, and then I had pocket aces, and a guy had pocket jacks. We were both all in, and he ended up hitting a jack. Lucky. I was dominant to win, and I busted that tournament. It's really sad, but there were almost 10,000 people in it. I got 135th, and I was really in a position where I could actually win. I mean, I've won a lot of poker tournaments, and I basically played poker professionally for a season in my life, but I couldn't sustain it long because I do too much gambling while I play poker.
Yeah.
And so like I know what the decisions I should be making sometimes to be able to be profitable over the long term, but I just like to gamble sometimes because I like to bust people out. I like to see the look on their face if I hit, a card I'm on a draw for. But yeah, I love poker. So yeah, but you won. How many people were playing?
I would think like 6 or 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations on that.
It was fun. I was really excited.
Yeah.
And my mom made a really funny video because there's a bunch of men in the comments that were mad. They're like, that's your opponent's hand. That's not yours. I'm like,
wow.
I literally grew up playing cards. Like
the stuff people say on the internet is so stupid.
That's a good segue. So I have a lot of, I am cool with a lot of people that hate you. I'm sure vice versa.
Yeah.
The funniest thing is I get people that absolutely despise you. And they're like, Wendy, I hate Ben, but I can't stop watching the show. I can't stop watching frenemies.
Oh, that's awesome.
They're just like, I just love it.
Why do they hate me?
Because people on Twitter have things to say.
But it's like none of it's true. That's what's so frustrating about it. Like all this stuff people say about, we covered a couple projects in 2020 that were sponsored that they rug pulled on. I didn't know. Like I certainly would not have signed off. I thought that was going to happen.
Like
but that was 3 years ago.
But I think that people invest in stuff anyways that ends up rugging. And
I know.
Then it's like it's
all the people complaining didn't lose money. That's the thing. None of the people who complain about this stuff, they're third party complainers.
Right.
They never watched my show. They weren't involved in it. They didn't lose money. The people that lost money in those situations, which we lost money too, the situation is like, they don't complain about it a lot because they understood it was their own decision. It's people basically white knighting for people that aren't asking to be white knighted for. And so it's frustrating. But like my thing is, like somebody made a comment on my Donald Trump interview, Donald Trump Jr. interview. They said, wow, I'm watching this Donald Trump Jr. interview with Bitboy and it's actually really good. I'm like, that's because you've never watched me before. Listen to what I say. Don't read memes about me on Twitter and you'll actually get a better representation of who I am.
Yeah, no, I think that's like a big problem.
Huge echo chamber. I forget what it's called, but it's where you take information on as fact when you see someone else say it. That's how urban legends get going. That like, oh, you eat 8 spiders in your sleep a year. Like, no, that's not true. Somebody just said it and everybody started repeating it and they had no validation of the fact. And that is how Twitter works.
Well, that's also like partially like the Salem witch trials and all those terrible things that were done against women. I can talk about that all day. I'm actually listening to.
Well, we're about to go through the crypto Salem witch trials. Huh? I call it the crypto Salem witch trials.
What is that?
Which if XRP loses, I'm moving out of the country. We're going to have to do this from Dubai because if Coinbase, Ripple, if they start losing these cases, these things start getting called secure, they're coming after all of us in crypto. If you have a voice in crypto, they're going to come after you.
Okay, well, I'll leave. I mean, I'm already planning on looking at other places.
I'm going to Dubai next week. I'm going to be looking.
Is that what you're going for?
Probably. Well, no, that's not the main reason I'm going, but it is one of the things I'm going to do while I'm out there is look into what it's like to live out there because, like, it's just at some point, like, we're living in the modern day USSR.
No, we are.
It's scary.
I said that America is communist, and people are like, you don't know what communism is. Blah, blah, blah. No, it's literally a communist country because people think we have freedoms. I will say that women do have a lot more freedoms and privileges in America as opposed to other places. But at the same time, we're still being very much oppressed by men.
The propaganda in our country is as bad today as any time anywhere in the whole world.
Well, it is. I think that it is really bad. Like we're going to talk about what's going on with the SEC and all these things in another episode. But it's just kind of scary that if you put information out as like a crypto cringe influencer, like people always have these terrible things to say. But what they're not understanding is we're able to get a lot of this information out very fast and break it down into something that's very digestible. One of the biggest issues I had, why I was so informed for a long time before actually buying Bitcoin and understanding what the F was going on, was I would listen to the news or I'd read articles and I wouldn't understand it because it was written in a way that I wasn't used to. I grew up very poor, so I wasn't able to really understand what they were saying. But now I understand what a lot of this stuff is now, and I'm able to articulate that to other people who grew up similar to me to where they understand. And people get so mad at crypto influencers in other industries, but we're very much needed.
Yeah.
Because I put out a lot of unbiased information. I always tell people to fact check me. And especially right now with all the insanity happening in the US, like they need people to have a voice. Like if we did like the Fire Gary Gensler movement, we helped with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you think the people, Davidson and the other people that are pushing that bill to reform the SEC, do you think they would actually have done that unless they started hearing that from people with large audiences? No, they wouldn't. And people with our faces out there too. There's a lot of
a lot of these people, staffers, the politicians themselves may not watch, their staffers do.
Yeah, they do. No, 100% they do.
I've talked to them.
I do too. Someone reached out to me and they want me to help somebody with crypto policy, one of the presidential candidates. So it's like, that's amazing. And one of the things I said is, I'd be honored to, just as long as
Is it Brock Pierce?
Huh?
Is it Brock Pierce?
No.
John McAfee?
R.I.P. John.
R.I.P. John.
John did not kill himself, by the way, you guys.
No, not a chance.
No.
He was a narcissist. So is Epstein. They don't kill themselves.
Yeah. But yeah.
Continue.
But anyways, the whole moral of the story is like a lot of the loud people on crypto Twitter, they have like anonymous avatars. No one's going to really listen to that too terribly much, but people that actually have their faces out there, we'll get a little bit more legitimacy, so they can love or hate us all they want. But
and that's what's so funny about it, though. It's like they say all this stuff about us, like we're the ones putting our faces out there. Like, don't you think we're taking into consideration what we're saying?
Yeah.
Like, we're out there, we're public. The Anon people, the point to call everybody's scammer, all this stuff, like they're the ones for the most part that are, a lot of them are doing the scams.
Oh no, a lot of 100% they are.
Absolutely.
And a lot of these guys, especially the Bitcoin maxis, a lot of them have alt accounts where they're participating in all the shitcoinery and doing all those things. They have been since the beginning, and it's just getting kind of ridiculous. Like the whole thing is just kind of ridiculous. Like our community is so divisive, and they would rather see everything go to zero than actually just either keep their mouth shut or do something to move things forward.
Well, what's so interesting is everybody talks about, for some reason, everybody hates the word influencer. The reason is because people associate the word influencer with Kim Kardashian. That's she's the first person that kind of started wearing that mantle of influencer, so to speak, right? And all these people hate the word. I think it's stupid to hate a word. It doesn't really make sense to me why people are so, I don't want to be that. Bad news, you are. Like Lynn Alden, I can't stand her. She on Twitter one day said there's a list of influencers and I was included on it, and it said something to the effect of, I can't remember exactly what it said, but it was like, these are some of my favorite influencers, and she was included on that. And she retweeted and said, excuse me, I am not an influencer. I'm like, you've got 500,000 followers on Twitter. You tweet, you're seen. I don't care what your background is. You're a freaking influencer if you're large on social media.
I think it's super funny too, these ivory towers.
It's ridiculous.
It's like, we know you came from money. We know you came from privilege. We know that you come from a well-educated background. We know you come from a 2-parent household. We know all these things. You are not relatable to the masses.
That's why people love
the masses could give an absolute which you will bleep that out, about you and your wealth privilege, because you don't relate to.
You're actually the exact opposite of what people.
You're
want to
actually
hear from.
part of the problem, and the reason why you're part of the problem is not because you have money; it's because you're so pompous and you think that you're better than other humans. Even though we all come into this world and we all leave the same way. Yes, I do believe in aliens and mermaids, but at the same, but we do. We're all human life. We all really are. So for you to think that you're better just because you have money and wealth and you had whatever type of life, I think is absolutely disgusting. It's very problematic. It's very bothersome, and I don't care how much money I make or how successful I make. If you ever see me act that way, tell somebody to punch me in the mouth, because it bothers me. It makes me mad. It makes me mad. And also too, there's a lot more of us pavos than there is of these people. So don't idolize them. Don't think that they're better than you, because they're really not. They're just humans. They just happen to come from a different background than you. That gets them into specific areas that makes it harder for you to get into.
That's what they want. They want it to be hard for you.
Yeah.
Because that means there's more competition for them. So yeah, I can't stand that stuff. But it's like being relatable. That's what the majority of America is. But what's so funny to me is all these people push, we're not influencers, blah, 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 blah.
I'm a shock jock.
A shock jock?
Yeah. I like that better. I am a shock jock because I say what I want to say. I do what I want to do. And I, been able to be semi-successful on my own without having anybody necessarily back me up, with a large entity back me up. I, didn't have parents back me up. I didn't really have any support when I first started this. Like these people have entire teams behind them. Like that lady you mentioned and all these other people, they've got large teams behind them to help them do everything. I do have people.
Well, I have a large team too, but I built it.
You do now, but you didn't start that way.
No,
these people
I did everything myself. Yeah,
these people did.
Yeah,
I didn't necessarily have a mentor. I didn't really have anybody helping me. I
was your mentor.
You were an ally. I'll use the term ally. You want to know why? Because an ally could be your friend or enemy.
That's perfect.
And the term ally is actually a very dangerous term. And people are like, oh, I'm an ally for this, I'm an ally for that. You shouldn't want somebody to be your ally. You should want somebody to be your friend, because a friend means that they're going to actually support you, but an ally can flip on you like this.
And that's why we're allies.
Yeah.
I like this a lot.
Yeah.
So point being here.
Happy Pride.
Okay. So anyways, we have really digressed. We haven't digressed. The funny thing is, now I will say this, athletes, celebrities, musicians, politicians.
I love music men, by the way.
Those could be, those certainly could be, have large social media followings and not necessarily be an influencer. But I mean, if you really look at the definition of influencer,
anybody that has influence,
anyone that has influence. So we're all like, everybody that's on social media that has a medium to large following, you are an influencer. 89% of kids want to be influencers. So what's so funny is we're just seeing the change in the guard. The people that push back against it, they're boomers. They're like, oh, the same people that, I think about when I was a kid watching football, like, my dad hated Deion Sanders because Deion Sanders was flashy and he was high stepping.
So basically you.
I became Deion Sanders, baby. Let's go. Let's get
what a
too
rebel.
Too legit to quit. Hey. It was MC Hammer's song featuring Deion Sanders.
Yeah.
Well, Deion Sanders was in the music video.
Can we get costumes? Can we get like
what kind of costumes?
Can we get MC Hammer pants?
I would love to have MC Hammer pants.
Can we start doing that?
Sure.
Like, yeah, can we do like a random, actually, I'm going to be on the lookout.
This is good.
I'm going to have your assistant send me your size.
Yeah.
And when I go to the thrift store, I'm going to see if I can get like matching stupid outfits.
Okay. I do not dress like a woman. Keep that in mind.
I wouldn't dress you like a woman.
I would never dress like a
No,
woman.
I can make you look much more foolish otherwise.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think it'd be good to do some themed episodes and wear some stuff. But yeah, so anyways, 89% of kids want to be influencers today. YouTubers, influencers are the top two professions that kids want. You're going to see a changing of the guard here. You're going to see where people embrace this new life, which, how stupid are you? Like, how invested in tradition for the sake of tradition are you if you are more in favor of people who always had money explaining to you how to get money, and you're more in favor of only CNN news reporters are the only people that can talk about politics? How stupid are you if that's what you think?
The thing that pisses me
100% it's scripted.
I had people in my comments in my mentions the other day. They're like, we need these crypto Binance needs to go away. F Binance. We need traditional banks to come in. It's like the banks are like, this is the thing. I'm not saying CZ, Binance, yes. I'm not saying any of these people are innocent. I am simply saying
CZ. I support him 100%.
I'm just saying, because we know, I don't know, and I don't want to say that, but
I don't think they did everything perfect.
I don't think
nobody in crypto has.
What I'm saying is, I don't think they did everything perfect, but I don't think we're doing things intentionally to harm anybody. What they say, but again, I do support Binance and I do support CZ and the Binance US against the SEC with all, which we're going to talk about that in another episode. But again, I don't like to say that everybody's 100% innocent, because you never know. Yeah. You really, really never know. But the moral of the story is the fact that you have read the Bitcoin white paper, you want liberty, you want decentralization, you want something that's censorship resistant, but you're screaming for banks to come in and like save the industry. The banks are going to do more detriment that they are going to than good. And we've seen this time and time again. How many public servants have been caught doing insider trading? The banks, when the banks collapsed. How many of those?
The signature bank people that sold.
They were doing all this shady stuff with the stocks. Like, you want these people to do it? To me, it's absolutely crazy, and it just makes no sense. It's like, you're like, these people in America. Some of them, they're actively trying to destroy an industry, and I'm like, okay, cool. Like, you guys have fun in America. I have enough means to leave. Like, I will take me and my family, and I will leave, and I will live my best life elsewhere. And you can sit and rot and cry in America. Yeah. Like, you can stay poor in America, you can live in poverty, you can get your UBI, you can just live in absolute poverty. But probably a lot of these people that are screaming for this come from a place of wealth, and they're living off of mommy, daddy's money, primarily daddy's money.
Yeah. Well, women are taking over finances these days, they say.
Well, this is the thing, is women have traditionally always managed the money in a lot of the households, but we weren't allowed to get bank accounts, I think, until the 70s.
Yeah. Way too early for that, I think.
Yeah.
Way too early.
Yeah.
2100, maybe a better year.
Well, by that
I'm just kidding. 15% of my audience is women.
15?
We love you. Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
I think I might have the largest percentage of women that watch my show.
I think I've got 7%, but on TikTok I've got 40%.
Mine is mine on TikTok, I believe, is 60% women.
60?
It was when I had my account. I had my account taken. You guys are still trying to work on getting it back. But the ladies love me. Do you like that? That was from a song. You know what song is that? Chris Brown. Does it Hate Me Now?
Yeah, but Chris Brown is not a big fan of women.
Well, he's a heavy hitter.
That's horrible.
It was really bad when he did it. Shout out to Chris Brown. Hopefully you changed.
Maybe he'll sponsor the show.
Chris Brown, we're looking to have you as a sponsor of the show. Funny thing, I probably could actually get in touch with him, but
yeah, well,
yeah.
I don't name drop.
I don't either. I just sang, and this is what it turned into.
Yeah, I don't do the name dropping stuff.
I don't name. I just have a route. I have a route to get in touch with almost any musician.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to stay away from musicians though.
Yeah.
It's problematic. It's fun though.
You talk about it. Music men are like your ARFID.
It's really bad.
Yeah.
There's only like,
oh God, I just sang on the show. Wendy, stop looking at me like that.
They have a particular type. Like Music Men is a very, very, very particular type. Like I'm very, very, very picky. So back in the day, I had friends. They were like kind of groupies. They would do the thing and do whatever. And I was I picked and chose what I decided to do. But it was great because they took it many for the team.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I've got a very particular type.
Very particular type.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know. Is it B or C? That was a hepatitis joke, Wendy.
Well,
sexually transmitted disease.
You're supposed to make them get tested first. Like that's what normal people do.
Well, you know,
I would imagine. I wouldn't know about that because
I don't have a Rolodex of people to test.
I don't either.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. But I mean, this is the thing.
She's come a long way, ladies and gentlemen.
This is the thing, you guys. Influencing. There's a lot of responsibility with influencing. But also, too, a lot of you listen to dumb people on purpose. Like a lot of you legit, like people that complain about the TikTok algorithm. Well, that's what you're searching for. And that's what you're watching. So that's why that's popping up on your page. So if you don't want to see something that's probably inappropriate, probably that could get you fired from work, probably would make people think you're a weirdo. It's in here.
Yeah.
It's in your heart.
Yeah.
That you're a perv. Stop being a perv.
It's okay. You can be a perv. I don't mind.
I do. I don't want to be around pervy people. That's scary.
Well, random people on TikTok, they can watch whatever they want. I don't care. I'm not getting around those folks.
Well, I'm not either. Like,
I don't know. Are you? Are you, Wendy?
No, I don't.
I used to really enjoy trailer talk. We called it trailer talk. It was no offense to people who live in trailers. We love you guys. God bless you.
Let me tell you something about trailers.
I hope the tornado doesn't
there's a lot of places where you can buy affordable property, like land, and then you can put a trailer on. And it's because of the cost of living is so high.
Okay,
right
so
now.
living in a trailer itself is not really the point. It's the stereotypical trailer park personality.
Well, it's being ghetto is what it is.
In a sense, yeah. I mean, it is kind of equivalent.
In essence, isn't that a band?
In excess.
I like that band a lot.
Yeah, that one's pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
I don't like rock music, but that one's a pretty good one.
Do you? What's your favorite song of theirs?
In excess. What is my favorite song by them?
I Need You Tonight.
Man, you've really called me on the spot. I can't name one.
I actually can't name a song of theirs, but there's a couple that I like.
There's to me is like about 20 interchangeable 80s bands.
Yeah.
They're like, I couldn't tell you which song.
He was freaky though.
I can't tell you which song any of them sing, but I recognize the names. I recognize the songs.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
But that's like, because that's how 80s music was just done 80s
music was good.
Yeah, and now we have AI that's ruining everything.
Oh man, I know it's gonna be crazy. Getting rid of musicians now and just having robots. Like Star Wars, have some robots playing some instruments.
Well, you see the people are so pissed off about the video games, like about the ugly female characters in video games. They're blaming it on woke liberal feminism or something like that. But it's like, you're playing a video game. This is not a real character. Do you care like what the character looks like?
Oh, for sure.
Do you do?
Oh yeah. If I'm going to play a woman on a video game, I like for her to be attractive. That's a little weird.
Well, I mean, I guess because when I was playing Mortal Kombat back in the day, like I'd always pick like Sub-Zero, Scorpion. They were very
I'm always Sub-Zero. That's my guy.
Yeah, that's my boyfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sub-Zero, if you're watching this.
Her heart's already cold, so you'll be good.
I am a menace. I shouldn't be let loose into loud.
Well, there's an episode of Black Mirror Have you ever watched Black Mirror?
No.
There's an episode of Black Mirror called Striking Vipers. And right after I watched it, I called my best friend Jim, who passed away, and I said, bro, listen to me. You have to watch Striking Vipers. And he was like, really? I was like, yes, new Black Mirror episode. You have to watch it. And you know what his response to me was?
What?
Must be some gay stuff in there. Yes, there definitely was. That's why I was saying it like that too, because we're best friends, you know. And when you're best friends, when you're dudes, you make a lot of jokes. It's just kind of what happens. And you know, there's.
Is there? I won't say it. Never mind. Go ahead.
It's a sensitive subject a little bit, but if you've got a buddy that's been your best friend for 20 years, you guys know. Was a funny TikTok one time he sent me about this, and this is pretty much uniform across the board, especially for people our age. The point is, in this episode, it kind of depicts where we're going in the metaverse, which is where it's a video game that is similar to Mortal Kombat, but it's virtual reality. You're literally like in the game, right? So watching it, you're seeing the characters. Like if you look down at yourself, you're literally the character you're looking at.
Do you think that like once like the metaverse and AR or AI, all this fake stuff, and like they take our jobs, like our influencing jobs away, do you think people will get mad at the AI for influencing them?
They should, because it's going to be fed biased information to get you to think.
What people don't understand too is the people that are actually coding these, they have personal bias because it's a human.
Of course, obviously.
So yeah.
So back to Striking Vipers here.
Okay.
I have to finish this, and then we'll end the show.
I got barbecue sauce on me.
Wow.
Because
spicy. Because you eat like a 2-year-old, like you said.
I'm like really
your eating
full now.
style is like. Your eating style is like a 2-year-old. My eating preferences are like a 2-year-old.
Yeah.
The point is, those Striking Vipers, there's two guys playing this game. They're like old college buddies. One guy is playing a female character that's very good looking, and one is playing a male character that I don't know if he's good looking or not. That's not the point. The point is that in the game, they're fighting each other, they're doing all this stuff, and then they start kissing in the game. You're watching, it's a female and a male kissing, and they have intercourse. But in real life, it's the two buddies that are playing these characters. Is that gay?
Wait, hold on a second.
Is it gay?
So
to me, the answer is yes, but that's my personal opinion.
It sounds like it, and that's okay. And again, nothing wrong with that at all.
Nothing wrong. I'm just pointing out.
I've been a friend of Dorothy since I've been 13 years old. Like I have actually.
Call her Toto.
You can call me Toto. I have actually bullied dudes for bullying my friends. Yeah. Like my gay friends, like made these guys never bother. Like they left my friends alone forever. Like in high school and stuff, I wouldn't let it happen. I was kind of like the hot Cheetos girl, but wasn't the hot Cheetos girl. But I kind of did. And I'm kind of I'm not really the hot Cheetos girl with you, but
no. I'm more of a talkie guy myself.
Yeah, but anyways, moral of the story is that it's two guys playing video games.
Yes.
One guy's a boy, one guy's playing a girl, and then they kiss.
Yeah, but it's virtual reality, so you're feeling the feeling would
gay.
be the totally feeling gay. Would be with a woman.
Yeah.
But it's actually a man.
That's gay. That's okay, but
if you're into that, that's okay.
Yeah.
Sure, if you're into that. Yeah, you definitely shouldn't bully anybody for their preferences, but at the same time, I think that it really just demonstrates, I think, kind of the weird place we're going in metaverse, virtual reality. Like, will that be AI robots? Like, you got guys in Asia marrying robots now.
My question is that like, what is the point? Like with UBI, what would even be the point anymore? Like, once UBI hits in and everybody's getting X amount of dollars, I feel like that's getting close to the end of civilization, because like how much longer can society go on? Because
it becomes video games will be the majority of our world economy in 50 years. Our value exchange will be done in video games, because AI and robots can run virtually, no pun intended, everything else. Now, you'll have certain jobs that you'll still need. Obviously, people who, teachers, pastors.
I think that AI is going to disrupt teaching.
It's going to disrupt it, but it's not going to totally end it. Not going to totally end it because of learning styles.
Well, especially when you have children with disabilities and whatnot.
Right, exactly, exactly.
Like they will need occupational therapists.
A lot of person-to-person jobs.
But you can use. But
you can.
That's scary.
You could also make an argument that pastors get replaced by AI. That's just a robot walks on stage and repeats the Bible or something. Like you could make the argument, like from a logical perspective, you can reason that would be something. But there are certain people-to-people jobs that are. It's like babies. Babies have to have skin contact.
They do have to.
They have to have skin
proven.
contact.
It's
right?
really proven.
You can recreate everything that the baby needs, but without that skin contact, it's not the same. And I think if you put fake skin on a robot, it's still not going to be the same. It's the essence of humanity.
Well,
right?
they can feel you breathing. Like when my daughter, when I was nursing her, like I would do, and her dad would do the same thing, doing skin to skin, and it built this really, really great bond. And you can't get that from like anything. You really can't.
Right. So
else.
There are a lot of person-to-person jobs that are, it requires some heart, I guess is the way it's. I think teachers, pastors, counselors, stuff like that, I think fits that description. But almost everything else is going to be taken. And yes, the argument is, oh, well, we're going to need people to run the AI. Well, yeah, but you're talking about one person running 10 robots that put out 10x output individually of one person. So like you're still decreasing the amount of jobs so much that we have to have another way to exchange value. Universal basic income can supplement, but that's communism. That will be a problem. It is
literally, we're like, America is pretty much communism.
Well, the world is trying to destroy Western civilization right now. And it'll go in cycles. They'll probably win a little bit, and then us Westerners will come back after I'm dead. But,
I don't know. I'm kind of feeling like bleak about stuff. Maybe it's because I'm tired today and I'm in a food coma.
You are doing what I call you're living within the bias of your specific life. So we always tend to think of things in regards to our experience, and we forget that humans have been around making language for 30,000 years. Mm-hmm. They say that's the beginning. The beginning of civilization is pottery and writing. That's the beginning of civilization. So whether you believe Bible, short timeline, long timeline, whatever, 30,000 years ago, there were some pots that people found. And writing came probably about 12 to 14,000 years.
I think the first writing contract or the first writings they found was like a order to pay, or it was like a bank, like money, revolving money.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
But then again, too, like that's just the information that we know. There's Tartania, there's Atlantis, there's all these other places that have been hid.
We should visit Atlantis for an episode. You said mermaids, but the point is this, is that when you look at the context of humanity over its entire existence, we're not evolving towards one morality. What you see is a constant wave of morality, to where, you went through slavery, and during slavery, people thought it was okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, you look now and you're like, how do these people possibly think? That's because just the thinking back then was different. We judge it as wrong for sure today, but there are other things that are less egregious examples that you may not think.
Well, people used to get married when they were like 14.
That's a great point.
Like 13 or 14-year-olds, they would get married and like start a family then. And I can't even and that's like, it's real. It happened. And I can't even fathom that. Well,
the lifespans weren't as long either. So,
right.
But you had to kind of get started earlier. And the average lifespan was like 30 something years old. But I think that the point is when you look at World War II, when you look at the Mongolian Empire, when you look at other certain empires that were very, very violent, what you see is you see that wave of world's ending. These people are taking over. It's, oh my gosh. And then peace, something happens.
And then there's boobs
happens.
at the White House.
There's what?
Boobs at the White House.
Boobs at the White House.
A man's breasts were shown at the White House the other week.
Was he white?
I think so. I don't know.
That's racist.
Is it?
I mean, don't you think it's really cliche? They had to use a white person at the White House? I don't know it's racist anymore. I can't decide.
I don't know what it is either. I'm just so confused. Everybody's so mad about everything.
I know, it's so crazy.
And I'm just like, really?
Yeah. Well, I think that I don't know. That there's a lot going on in the world, and some people are going to be your friends. Some people are going to be your enemies.
Yeah.
Some people are going to be your forever frenemies.
For sure. Thanks for watching.